Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of what if Naruto was trained to be the next God of Shinobi by all the Hokages. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Broke His Human Limiter over on Anime King 3 and enjoy that guys. And also guys, I posted a brand new episode, brand new series over on Anime King of What If Naruto had a bloodline and was trained by Danzo. So go ahead, check out that and enjoy guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, that's right, I indeed have 4 channels, Anime King and Making 2 and Making 3, and Anime Prince, which I post with fun every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And yeah, without further ado, let's say we jump right into new episode. Begin now, guys. So the last time we left off, Harrison felt horrible. Yes, he felt horrible for what happened. Naruto was lying on his couch, badly beaten, after the villagers had gotten to him, and Harrison was not there to help him. Neither was his envoys as well. The boy has been through so much, as Harrison decided to make a judgment call, something that will forever change the stability and the village as a whole. He told the envoys to go outside, triple S. That meant they were not to enter no matter what they heard, and they were not supposed to let anyone enter as well. So that is exactly what they did as Harrison went through hand sign. Naruto woke up as he saw him. As he summoned a gigantic scroll, they spoke as Harrison told him about his heritage. As Naruto was in tears, that all that happened to him, given who he was, as he understood that the old man could not be there every time after all. He was just one man. Harrison was grateful for that. However, he had already made up his mind to make a change. So with that in mind, he revealed the first, second, him when he was younger, and the fourth Hokage. This seal was set in place. It was a Uzumaki scroll. In dire situations, as Harrison had used it now, to help Naruto become a great ninja. A powerful, unstoppable force of nature. To be trained by the former Hokages, including himself. Naruto was shocked to see them. Knowing who his father was now, Naruto was shocked to see the men, standing there looking all nonchalant. As they spoke, Naruto hid. As the fourth Hokage, despite not yet having the memories of Naruto, he realized that was his son. As he walked over towards him, they decided to take Naruto to Uzu. Each of them went off to gather things that they had stored away in secret locations. As Naruto said goodbye to Harrison as he left, it didn't take long for them to get there, as Hoshirama told him that they were going to give him the training of a lifetime. They asked him if he was ready, as Naruto was determined to get stronger. With that, 10 years passed. Naruto was now 16 years old. As he was calmly making his way as he arrived towards a bar to get a drink, a lot of changes happened with him personally, physically and mentally. He was 6 feet 1. His blonde hair was tied back. He also went under the name Arashi when he was doing his bounty hunter work. He's been doing it for the past year, so he was quite popular already, given that he had a 100% successful rate when going after his targets. He met a girl in the bar, her name was Shizune. As both of them got into flirting and they ended up sleeping together as he woke up the next morning. But she said that she had to go. Her traveling companion was waiting for her, but she thanked him. She wasn't having a good day yesterday, and he helped her a lot more than you think. Well, he also got a lot out of it as well, so who was he to say anything? He was happy for what happened. So with that, Naruto decided to make his way back. He had some news that he also had to give the old man as well. As he arrived at Konoha, he introduced himself as Arashi. He was wearing a face mask so no one could see the lower half of his face. After introducing himself as such, he made his way. Stepping inside, Hiruzen wanted to see the famous Arashi that had a 100% successful rate as a bounty hunter. However, once he removed the mask after, telling him that he wished to speak to him in private, Hiruzen was shocked, as it was Naruto, as he was glad to see the boy. They spoke, as Naruto would have to become a genin if he was gonna become a ninja of Konoha once again. He told him about the news that he discovered about Orochimaru, in charge of the Land of Sound, that he was plotting on attacking Konoha. Hiruzen was gonna have to prepare for that. Naruto met up with Asuma as he knew him quite well. Asuma was a part of the 12 guards, as Naruto had met him while he was out there. He also knew the others as Asuma introduced him, but he knew them all because of their bounty. 6 months passed like that, as Naruto had been spending some lovely time with Uncle Midarashi. The 6 months had been nothing but boring, as he really wanted to get back into something. Team 7 member, one of their members had dropped out. The stress was far too much for him and he dropped out. So Naruto took his spot as they went on a mission towards the Land of Wave. They took out the Demon Brothers with ease. After that was done, they faced off against Zabuza sometime later, as Naruto and Kakashi took him on. Sasuke had rushed off to face off against the missing nin, after Naruto had spoken up about the other one hiding. Kakashi was rather upset about that, as Sasuke did not know the threat of this ninja yet. He just rushed head on in, as Kakashi was gonna reprimand him later about that, but now, well, he didn't have to keep focusing that Naruto jumped in, and they took out Zabuza. However, the Hunter Nin came and saved him, and flashed away with him. So now they had to head to the house. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the playstructure of yourself, and what do you say we jump right into this new episode? We're wasting more time guys. Begin now. After arriving at Tezuna's home and being introduced to his family, his daughter Tsunami was a beautiful, black-haired woman in her late 20s. Long black hair and soulful, dark eyes. His grandson Inieru was a broody child, around 8 or 9, with a white bucket hat, dark eyes. Once they were introduced, they gathered in the living room, as Sakura was tending to Sasuke's interests. When they found him, he looked like a porcupine, with needles sticking out of everywhere. First of all, Sasuke, if you ever run off without my orders again, the next time we have a mission outside the village, I will send you back to the academy for remedial classes on teamwork. Understood? Kakashi said in a no-nonsense tone. Said Sasuke as he turned his head. However, Kakashi was still pissed off at the stupidness that they did out there. He could have gotten the client killed. He could have also gotten himself killed, and that would have all been on Kakashi. Kakashi gripped him by the collar and lifted him off the ground, forced him to look at him. You left your formation. You left the opening that could have cost us a client's life. If you weren't favored by the civilian council, you would be bounced from the ranks for a stunt like that. I will not banter to your growing massive ego or your superiority complex. You will either follow orders or you will not survive in the field with me. And when I speak to you, you will open your mouth and speak with words. You will not grunt at me with your like I'm one of your goddamn fans. Do you understand me? Said Kakashi. Sasuke whispered something. What was that? Yes, sensei, Sasuke said, as Kakashi dropped him, as he took a breath. I apologize for that scene, he said. Anyway, we're not done with Zabuza and his tag-along yet. They managed to get away, but with Zabuza's broken arm, he won't be combat ready unless he calls in for some reinforcements. Before that happened, we're gonna track him down and finish what we started and got to as well. Before that happened, tell me about Zabuza's students. Sasuke coughed a bit. A long-range fighter, he whispered. He kept to the trees and surrounding bushes, and he launched Senbon from my blind spots. He's fast, but he never used Ninjutsu, so I don't know what element he uses. Alright, you both get some rest. Tomorrow I'll be upping your training. Arashi, you will go to the bridge with Tazuna and guard him until I relieve you. The next day. Okay, the training I have in mind is a chakra control. Exercise is called tree climbing. As he showed them a demonstration, as he walked up he spoke. The point of this is to channel chakra to the soleus of your feet and walk up the tree. Chakra control is one of the greatest and fundamental important skill a ninja can possess. For example, if you take two people that equal amount of chakra reserve and have them perform the same jutsu, I guarantee that the person has better control, can use that jutsu far better than the person that just has the same amount of chakra and just pump it out. A person with great chakra control can also use it to enhance certain things, like strength, speed as well. After the explanation he spoke, any question he asks, "Why isn't Arashi-san here?" Sakura asks. I know he hasn't been on the team long, and I should have had him introduce himself, but there wasn't a proper time back then. So I'll tell you a little about him. Arashi was trained outside the village. He was born in the land of fire, prior to joining Konoha 6 months ago. He was a successful bounty hunter. He is beyond this level of training, and frankly, the only reason why he's here is to get experience on working on a team. If you want to know more than that, you're gonna have to ask him. Now, start with the exercise. Mark your progress to the kunai. A word of advice, too much chakra, and you'll be blown off. Too little, and you will slip off. About 10 minutes later, "Hey Kakashi-sensei, this doesn't seem so hard," Sakura said, as she was 30 feet off the ground, sitting on one of the branches. "Very good, Sakura. Now that your break is over, complete the exercise, and get to the top," he said, pointing towards the top of the canopy. Sakura looked towards the top as she fought back a shiver at the height. "Yes, Sensei," she said. "When you reach the top, I want you to practice running up and down until you can't do it anymore. Then take a break, and then continue running. The reason why it was so easy for you, your reserves are rather small. However, the continuous exhaust of your reserves will make them larger. Sasuke, instead of a running start, stop at the base and place your foot on it. Try to find the right amount and then go from there," he told Sasuke as well. A week later, it has been a week since they were here now. Things have been mostly quiet. The two of them had completed the 3 walking exercise, and now they were in rotation, with bodyguard duty with Arashi. Kakashi was trying to think of a way to track down Zabuza and his accomplice. There was also some problem as Inari was, well, he didn't like them being so happy. There was reasons though. As he finally decided to speak. "Why? Why do you all try so hard? None of you will ever beat Gato, he's too strong. You're all stupid for trying." As Naruto turned towards him. "So what does that make your grandfather? Is he stupid for trying to stop Gato?" "I don't think so. I think that makes him damn courageous. To put his life on the line. For his home. And for his family. He's doing a lot more than you are." "What do you know? You don't know what it's like to live here. If you go against Gato, you're just gonna die like everyone else," Inari shouted. Tears gathered in his eyes. "Shut up," said Naruto. "You don't even know what you're talking about." "What?" said Inari. "Yes, I said shut up. You don't know what true suffering is. Tell me, have you ever been beaten, stabbed, poisoned, attacked for no reason? There are a lot of people out there that are suffering, a lot more than you. What about your grandfather? Don't you think that he's suffering? Every time he leaves the both of you, he feared that it might be the last time he'll ever see you. Don't you think that he's suffering? You don't think your mom suffered the same way? They suffer, but unlike you running your mouth, your mother still found the strength and courage to encourage Tazuna to do the right thing. You're nothing but a coward. And I'm tired of speaking and looking at you," said Naruto, as he got up and just flashed away in a sunshine, leaving the people there silent. Kakashi looked toward the spot where he was once standing. Is it him? But why wouldn't Hokage tell me that he's back? Kakashi thought. Time skip, in the woods. "That damn brat. Bringing back these annoying memories," said Naruto. "Screw it." He brought his hand together as 100 clones pop into existence. "Alright guys, help me burn off some energy." "You got it, boss," as all of them rushed in to attack him. The next morning, Arashi flashed up as he grabbed the person, grabbing their arm, his feet wrapping around their neck, pulling them down. As he was holding someone. "Who are you?" "I was just collecting herbs and I saw you sleeping. I was just gonna wake you." Hearing the rushed explanation and the soft voice, Arashi immediately let the person go. He got a good look at the arm that he nearly broke. As he saw the person, he could not tell if it was a very feminine guy or a beautiful girl. Long straight black hair, brown eyes, and a choker around their neck, a low-cut pink kimono, and light brown sandals. The person was in panic. "Coming. My arms are on fire." What was I thinking approaching him? If he can keep up with Zabuza-sama, then he's indeed formidable. "I'm sorry for startling you. But it is a very dangerous time in Wave. I'm Haku, by the way. Call me Arashi, sorry for that. It's kind of a reflex, he said, gesturing towards the arm that Haku was shaking around. So you said that you were out here collecting herbs. You shouldn't be venturing out here by yourself. As you said, it's a dangerous time. I usually avoid trouble by coming out early in the morning. I better get back to collecting, Haku said. Look, since I'm the reason why you spilled your herbs, why don't I help you collect some more? It will go a lot faster, he offered. Thank you. That's very kind of you. As they went about collecting herbs, as Haku broke the silence. So I noticed your headband. You're a ninja, right? Yeah, I was out here letting off some steam last night. It was pretty late when I finally calmed down. So I ended up sleeping out here. So Haku, how long have you been in Wave? Not long, my guardian and I travel a lot. And we kind of got stuck here. So what does your guardian do that requires so much travel? Haku hesitated for a second. He's a craftsman. For a particular item that was always high in demand. I don't practice it myself, so I can't explain it to you. Well, I hope being stuck in Wave hasn't dulled his skills. It's getting pretty late. Would you like me to walk you home? No, thank you. My guardian would not take you well if I showed a stranger where we were staying. Do you mind if I ask you something? Yeah, sure. As a shinobi, why do you fight? He pondered the question well. I guess it all started when I was a kid. I didn't have anyone for a long while, and I always want to learn how to defend myself. Now I fight because, well, it's all I know. Do you consider yourself strong? Haku asked. Strong enough now, but I'm not nearly as strong as I want to be, he told her. I believe if you have someone precious to protect, you can become as strong as you want to be. That's a nice belief to have, and I think I already have some candidates for precious people. It was nice meeting you, Haku. Get home safely. You as well. Wait, Haku. Just answer me this, it has been bugging me. Are you a guy or a girl? I'm a guy. As Haku noticed the paleness of the mad shinobi, that made him laugh. At Tazuna's house, the breakfast table was quiet. No one has seen Inari or Arashi since what happened the previous night. Tsunami and Tazuna was worried the effects the ninja words will have on a young child. Sakura was now curious about Arashi's childhood. The way he said those things, it's like he's been through them. She wondered what happened to him as a child. Sasuke did not really care. That did not involve him or Itachi, so he did not care. Kakashi was wondering how to approach Arashi, because he was certain now. They heard footsteps as Inari came down the stairs. He was wearing different clothing. He was wearing a whole pair of blue jeans, a flannel shirt with a small jacket over it, and he was also wearing a brand new set of construction boots with a scarf around his neck. However, he had this look in his eyes, a determined look, a fire that neither Tazuna or Tsunami had seen before. Inari, what are you wearing? Said Tazumi. And where do you think you're going? I'm gonna help Grandpa with the bridge. That Arashi guy was right. I haven't done anything to help. All I've been doing is acting like a coward. Well, from now on, I'm gonna do my part to help Grandpa with the bridge. And when he doesn't need me, I'm gonna help you around the house. No more crying and no more complaining. It's time to grow up, he said, his voice unwavering. There's nothing wrong with crying, especially when you're happy. The voice kind of startled them, seeing that your attention was focused on Inari. They did not see Arashi come in. Well, if you plan to put in a full day, I suggest you eat. You're gonna need your energy. As he followed his own advice and got something to eat. Kakashi-sensei, I had a little run-in this morning I think you should be aware of. Kakashi turned towards him. I came across Zabuza's accomplice. Or should I say his accomplice came across me in a sleep. In the clearing this morning. I know he knew who I was, but I didn't let on that I know who he was. We spoke for a while, and I have a way to track them to their hideout. If it doesn't rain, why didn't you just bring him here? We could have interrogated him to get Zabuza's location. I would have, but after speaking with him, he would have taken that location to the grave. He's extremely loyal to Zabuza, not like the demon brother, said Naruto. Alright, here's the plan for today. Sasuke, Sakura, you will guard Tazuna and Inari. Arashi, you leave some clones here to guard Tsunami while we head out and track the accomplice hideout. No matter what, be back here by noon, in case we have to make some plans for later. As they all nodded as they went about their business, Arashi led Kakashi to the spot where he encountered Haku. It didn't take long for a pack-on Kakashi's summon dog to track back to a treehouse hideout. No doubt about it, the scent is up there, said Pack-on. Thanks, Pack-on. You can return back now, said Kakashi. See ya, he said in a gruff voice, as he poofed away. An hour later, Kakashi returned from his own recon. After checking the place, he saw Arashi, already waiting for him. So, find anything? Nothing. Either Zabuza is that confident in his skills to not set in traps or anything, or he never expects us to come looking for him. What about you? Same here, no traps of any kind. Not even an early warning system. I still say we approach with caution. What's the plan once we make contact? The plan is to get to Gato. I'm guessing Zabuza knows where his main base is. If Zabuza was still a part of a main village, and getting his orders from Hokage, this wouldn't be an option, but there is a chance that we can reason with him. Okay, so how do you want to get their attention? With subtlety. Inside the treehouse, Haku was applying herbs to Zabuza wounds. Zabuza-sama, with one arm broken, even with my skills, the wounds and the broken arm, it will be at least 3 weeks before you'll be back in fighting shape. If you were to fight against him any sooner, in your condition you will surely die. And not just Kakashi either, Blonde Brat as well. If we can't beat them, we're going to... Before he could say anything, 3 kunais fly through, with explosive tags. He grabbed his blade and leaped out, along with Haku as the place went up in smokes. Landing away from the destruction, he looked around. Show yourself, you bastards! I thought you said subtlety, said Arashi, as he stepped out of the shadows. That is as subtle as a 6-foot sword being tossed at your head, said Kakashi. Touché. You just saved me the trouble of coming to find you myself, Kakashi, said Zabuza. Don't make me call your bluff, Zabuza. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to make you a proposition. What about you getting paid double? Then what Gato is paying you to take care of the bridge builder and his family? You think you can just buy me to walk away? Not a chance. Think about it, Zabuza-san. You were at 100% last time we fought. And at the moment you can't perform jutsus. And your arm is not looking that well to swing your massive blade around, said Arashi. Gato has the money, which we're gonna get once you tell us where his main base is. And what kind of protection he has, said Kakashi. Are you really ready to kill yourself for Gato? And throw Haku life away for him as well? Arashi asks. Zabuza thought about it. If he were to fight them right now, he would definitely die. To hell with it. I never liked that short pig anyway, he thought. His main base is on the north edge of the island. He has about 150 mercenaries at his beck and call. They're always around the clock. His philosophy is quantity, not quality. He's not hard to swat. He looks like a goblin in a 3-piece suit in sunglasses. Bring the money to the place we had our first fight in the morning. You have a deal, Zabuza. It was nice seeing you again, Haku. Sorry about the explosive tag. Next time try knocking the door, Haku said with a small grin. Later that night, Zabuza was right. He preferred quantity over quality, as both Kakashi and Arashi were studying the hideout. He informed the others to remain close to the house while they handled this. There seemed to be only 3 people that held sway over the mercenaries, Gato and his 2 samurai bodyguards. When they were not around, the man just tried to outdrink each other and talk. So, Kakashi-sensei, how do you want to do this? I think a couple of explosive notes, a few genjutsus here and there, will have the desirable effects on the goons outside. You handle Gato as we have seen. The only 2 people now inside is his 2 bodyguards, so you shouldn't have any trouble. All the same, be careful. Wait for my signal and then make your way up to Gato, said Kakashi. Yes, sensei, said Arashi, as he disappeared in the shadows. Timeskip Gato was leaning back in his chair, as he was drinking and smoking. The finest cigar and the finest drink that money could buy. He built his empire on 2 human emotions, greed and fear. What one couldn't accomplish, the other would. In his office, there was his 2 bodyguards, Zari and Worichi. Alright, you 2, once we get word on when that fool Zabuza is gonna strike, I want you 2 to go and grab the bridge builder daughter for her some extra insurance, just in case the baby demon cannot do his part. Bring her to the boom. An explosion went off that interrupted him. What the hell was that? He said, as he saw a figure running straight towards him from the balcony. He let out a girlish scream as he saw the shadowy darkness rushing towards him. He ducked under his decks. His 2 guards fell to the ground, as there was a kunai bearing each of their throat. Glass spread around the area as it was broken through. That's not a very good hiding spot, considering I saw you duck around there. Gato scrambled as he started to run, however a foot struck him in the face, knocking him out. Slap! Gato was waking up by a hard slap to the face. What? Hello, Gato. You're probably wondering why you're face down, tied up, pants down your ankles with your ass up in the air. No, it's not because I want you to get used to the feeling of prison life, because trust me, it's gonna be worse in there. It's because I want your undivided attention. You see this paper tag right here? This piece of paper. It is what we Shinobis call explosive notes, which is pretty much self-explanatory. Explosive note, you get it. You see, one of these things placed in a good spot could level an entire building. You currently have 2 behind you, and they don't get more any strategic than that. Gato started to beg and whimper as Arashi stepped towards him. You only have one chance. I want the deeds and money you stole from the people of Wave. Okay, in a basement behind the Elemental Nation map, there's a vault. There are 2 keypads. The one on the left, the code is 13745247. The one on the right, the code is 7541263. You have to input them at the same time. Thank you for your cooperation. As Arashi started to walk away. Wait! I told you what you want to know. Aren't you gonna untie me? I don't recall saying that. You bastard, get back here! Gato yelled, forgetting his place. As Naruto brought up his hand, boom! The entire office exploded as pieces of Gato were sent all over the place as Naruto made his way down towards the basement to get the items. 2 weeks later, the news about not only Gato, but also his man disappearing overnight spread like wildfire. With Gato gone and the deeds, the lost homes and fishing boats turned up, the land of Wave was on its way to prosperity once again. Zabuza also left after they paid him double of what Gato promised to give him, but he told him that he wanted a rematch in the future, with the spear hands of a few clones. The bridge was completed ahead of schedule. At the moment now they stood on the bridge, as the people were there to see them off. Well, this is it for us, Tazuna. Your bridge is built, and Gato is not a problem anymore. Even without Gato, you're gonna have your hands full, getting your country back to what it once was. Yes, it's going to be a long haul, but thanks to you and your team, I believe that we're well on our way. As Naruto stepped forward, approaching Iniri that was standing behind his mother, as he ruffled his hair. You know, you're not so bad once I got to know you. A big step in growing up is protecting those people, precious to you, so keep an eye out for your mother and your grandfather. Iniri sniffled. Alright, he said, I can do that. As Arashi laughed, don't you remember what I said 2 weeks ago? It's alright to cry if you're happy. As the tears started to flow, he was indeed happy. Tsunami looked towards him. Thank you, Arashi-kun, she said. Not just for helping my father and son, but for helping me too. As she leaned in and whispered, I haven't realized how long I put my life on hold. Until you showed up. To make me realize that I'm still a woman, not just a mother and a daughter, she said, as a small blush came on her cheeks. Let's just say the past 2 weeks have been rather eventful for the both of them. The pleasure was mutual, Tsunami-san said Naruto. Arashi, it's time to go, Sakura said. I will be seeing you soon, Tsunami-chan said Naruto. It's a promise. With that they waved goodbye. Team 7 got back rather quickly, seeing that they weren't with any client to slow them down. As they got back to the village, Team 7 reporting in back from a C-rank mission, Kakashi said. Kakashi dismissed the 3 of them, as he told them that he could handle the mission report. Good, I need a drink. I'll see you later, Sensei, said Naruto as he started to walk off. Goodbye, Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura as she groaned, massaging her shoulders. I really need a hot bath, she thought, as she kept on moving, too tired to even ask Sasuke out on a date. Sasuke had training to do, so he headed off towards the Uchiha district. With Naruto, he barely made it through the wet leaf before he was tackled by a purple blur. Arashi-kun, Uncle said, as she was sitting on top of him. It's been almost a month since we have some fun together, and I've been known to be a little mean when my favorite toys are taken away from me, she said, as she rubbed her face against his masked cheek. Uncle, give me an hour to relax and have a drink, And then we can have some time together. I really need a drink. Dealing with that Uchiha for a month straight is testing my patience. Aw, poor baby, she said. Alright, you earned that drink. As she pulled him up and ushered him right into the bar. The next morning, Naruto and Anko were awakened by a tap. There was a tapping coming from the window. There was a messenger hawk. Anko disentangled herself from Naruto. Yes, she knew. As he was a really good cuddler, she made her way towards the window. It's from Kakashi, she told him. You have a team meeting in an hour. Naruto read through the message himself before he used a small fire jutsu to destroy it. An hour to Kakashi means 4 hours in real time. I'm gonna get some sleep, said Naruto. I have a meeting, so I'm gonna get shower and get going, she said, as she headed towards the bathroom. Time skip. Naruto jumped from rooftop to rooftop as he was making his way towards Team 7 training ground. That is when he noticed a confrontation down below, as he saw Sakura, as she was trying to defuse a situation down there between some different shinobis. As Naruto jumped down, look, why don't you just drop the kid? Assaulting some foreign villager in a different village is a whole way to get in trouble for nothing. Trust me, it's not worth it. Just put him down, Sakura said. Shut up, Pinky. This brat ran into me, and an apology just won't cut it. You better put me down, or my big brother's gonna kick your ass, the squirming child said. Oh, is that right? Kankuro. Wait a second, Temari. I'm almost done here. Kankuro, Temari yelled at him. Not now, Temari. Kankuro, she yelled at him once again. He turned towards her. What? Standing beside her was a 6 feet tall ninja. He had a face mask that started from his nose, going straight down to his neck and disappear. The guy had his arm around Temari's shoulder, with a kunai to her throat. Arashi, Sakura said. Big brother, said Konohamaru. How about a trade? You put the kid down nice and gently, and I won't open this pretty girl's throat like a fountain. Naruto said casually, like he was talking about the weather. Temari shivered at the casual way that he said he would kill her, and she actually believed him. Alright, just calm down, said Kankuro, as he lowered the kid down to the ground. I am perfectly calm, he said, as he released Temari and walked over. You okay, Kono, he said. Yeah, I'm fine, big brother. Good. You and your friends get back to class. We'll talk about why you and your friends decide to ditch later. As Udon, Mogi, and Konohamaru took off towards the academy. As Naruto turned to face the Sand Ninjas, I would advise that you go to your hotel room and calm down from your journey. I can guarantee another attempt to assault the Hokage grandson will not go unpunished. Kankuro paled as he just realized what he almost did. Sasuke, if you and your friend up there would join us, we can all be on our way. Sasuke knew that he was spotted by Arashi. However, what was he talking about, friend? He looked around before he looked up. Sasuke was startled. What the hell? This is the second time this is happening. Twice now someone snuck up on him and he did not sense them. There was a guy right here looking down towards him, before sand swallowed his form and he vanished. He appeared beside Kankuro and Temari. Kankuro, you're an embarrassment to our village for pulling such a stunt, the redhead said. I'm sorry, Gar, it's just shut up, or I'll kill you, he said. He turned. I'm sorry for his behavior. It won't happen again. Let's go. Hey, wait. You with the Gort. Who are you? And what are you doing in our village? Sasuke said. I am Gar of the desert, here for Chunin exams. Tell me, what is your name? Gar asked. The name is Sasuke Uchiha. However, Gar was not looking at him. Gar was staring directly at Naruto. Arashi, and I will definitely see you in the exams, Gara-san, said Naruto. I'm looking forward towards it, said Gara, as he turned and started to walk away with his siblings. Since you two aren't at the training grounds, it seems like Kakashi was early for once and I missed the meeting. What was it about? He's recommended us for the Chunin exams. We have to sign these slips, Sakura said as she handed Naruto one. Huh, Chunin exams already? Well, it seems like things are finally getting interested around here, Naruto thought to himself. Time skip. After signing his form, he decided to walk around the village for a while, until his weekly dinner at the Sarutobi compound. Since he's been back, he's been doing it every now and then. That is where the whole situation between him and Konohamaru started up, as he started to see him as a big brother, as Naruto also showed him a thing or two, which he was all too grateful for, and he had met his two other friends, Udon and Mogi. He was walking until he heard a whimpering sound. As he started to look around as he realized that he had walked into a training ground. Following the sound, he came across a all-black puppy with a strip of white around its neck, looking like a collar. Upon seeing him, the puppy bared its fangs, as he got a fearsome look in his eyes, thinking that he was an enemy. However, its body seemed to be in pain as it collapsed back on the ground. Shh, easy fella. I'm not gonna hurt you. Just relax, said Naruto as he stepped forward. He then realized why he couldn't get up. There was a shuriken stuck in his right leg. Alright fella, he said. Looks like you got a little bit of trouble there. As he inched closer so not to startle him, as he went on a knee. As he reached towards the shuriken, he was about to pull it out until the little animal snapped its jaw down on his fingers. He pulled his hand back quickly, as he counted them to make sure he still had all of his fingers. As he looked into the wide eyes of the dog. Look, no one likes pain unless you're some kind of masochist puppy. But I have to remove this and bandage it up, or you're not gonna heal properly. Now let's try this again. I'm gonna count to 3, then I'm gonna pull it out, he said. Alright? As the dog looked towards him before it looked towards his legs. As he reached down, 1, 2, 3. He yanked it out quickly as the pup yelled a bit, as he got his medical kit and started to wrap the wound. This will hold for now, but I best get you to a real doctor, he said, as he scooped the dog up in his arms before he made his way towards one of the vet's office. He made his way as he appeared towards the door. It said Konoha Veterinarian Services. It was located mostly in the civilian side of the village, since the civilians had less of a reason to wander into the Shinobi section. As he made his way, there wasn't no one around. He rang the bell for a service. Hello, got a patient for you. Is there a doctor in the house? Still not hearing anything, he made his way. As he saw the door that said employees only, he pushed it open as he made his way inside. There was a lot of barking, as it was rather loud. He shut the door rather quickly, as he winced at the noise. There must be some kind of sound barrier set up, he thought, seeing that no sound was coming out. As he looked down towards the dog in his arms. You must feel worse than I do, with your hearing, said Naruto, as the puppy whimpered a bit. Brace yourself, we're going back in, he said. As he braced himself as he moved in, he made his way down the long corridor, peeking into the rooms, some being examination rooms, some of them being a supply closet. As he was near the end of the hall when he stopped, and he came across a perfect sight. It was the most perfect heart-shaped ass that he has ever laid his eyes on, wearing tight grey biker shorts. The person was halfway inside a dog cage, cleaning it out, as he was taking in every detail until the puppy bit him on the finger, snapping him from his dream world. He cleared his throat. Excuse me, I need some help. The person jumped a bit before they backed out of the cage. Once again he was surprised. She was obviously a Inuzaka, given the marks on her cheeks. Long brown hair, with 2 bangs coming down her face. Dark eyes with a cute, beautiful face. She was wearing a black shirt that did not hide any of her curves. Not to mention her C-cup chest. When she looked down towards his hand, her eyes went wide. Sharukan, she said, as she rushed forward towards the puppy. As she took him from Erash's arms. Oh Sharukan, she said, where have you been, you poor little baby? As Naruto was completely ignored, the woman took the dog straight towards one of the examination rooms. Not knowing what else to do, he simply followed, as the woman started to console the dog. Does someone have an awe? Don't worry. Hana's gonna fix it up for you right away, she said, as she unwrapped the dressing that Naruto placed on it. So, is Sharu gonna be okay, Naruto asked. He's gonna be fine, what happened, she said, asking a stranger. I was just walking around when I heard him whimper and I found him behind the woods, behind a training ground, with a kunai stuck in his leg. So I dressed the wound and brought him here. So his name is Sharu, huh? His name is actually Sharumaru. He's a member of the Inuzaka clan, and I believe that we're in your debt for finding him. If left too long, this wound might have been infected. Who may I tell my clan head that we are indebted to? My name is Arashi, and from what I can tell from you, you're Hana Inuzaka. It's a pleasure to meet you. As Hana finally turned to look towards Sharukan's saber, her eyes went wide a bit before she schooled her features. Luscious blonde hair, 6 feet tall. There was one word that came to mind when looking at this individual: Alpha. It's nice to meet you as well, Arashi. Thank you for finding and helping Sharukan. He's the most curious puppy in the compound, always wandering off, said Hana, rubbing the black ears of the now sleeping animal. I think as long as he stay clear from training grounds, he should do okay. Well, I have to get going, Hana. I hope to see you around sometime. We can talk about working off that debt, he said, with a eye smile as he left the room. Hana felt a tingling feeling along her spine at the hidden meaning in those words as she watched him leave. Later at the Sartobi compound, dinner there was always a small affair when Hiruzen's schedule allowed it. At the small circular table was Arashi, Asuma, Konohamaru, and Hiruzen. They were talking about a bunch of not important things right now. The serious talk was saved until Konohamaru went to bed. As he remembered his first time coming here, flashback about 6 months ago. It was a couple days after he had returned to the village. He was invited for dinner at the Sartobi compound. He was walking next to the Hokage after a long day. Hiruzen liked to take a walk through the village after a long day like this. It always helped to release the stress of wearing the hat and also remind him why he took it in the first place. As he took it, he paused to turn towards dinner guests to give him a word of caution. I have to warn you, my grandson Konohamaru can be a little hyper sometimes. Try to be a bit patient with him. If he gets to be too much, Sartobi says he opened the door. Arashi followed right behind him as he took a good look inside the home. The front door opened into a hallway. About 15 feet there was an archway that led into a sitting area. He could also see another set of stairs on the right corner. As Sartobi paused right in the hallway, Konohamaru, I'm home, he said. As soon as those words were out of his mouth, smoke bombs were thrown into the area. As Naruto flashed in front of the Hokage, thinking that this was an attack. As he heard something coming towards him, he reached up and grabbed the weapon. As he felt them, something felt off. Looking down, he realized it was wooden shurikens. What the hell? I got you this time, old man, a voice yelled out. Flying kick of doom, he yelled, as he jumped and aimed a kick towards Hiruzen. Hiruzen performed a quick wind jutsu to clear the room. Once he did, Naruto was holding Konohamaru up by his feet. So I take it this is Konohamaru. Well, it's nice to meet you. I am Arashi, he said, looking towards the child upside down. Put me down, you idiot! Don't you know who I am? I am the... Naruto dropped him right on his head. Yeah, I know who you are. And as a member of Sartobi clan, you should have better manners than to scream at a guest in your home. Konohamaru looked like he was about to lose it. Konohamaru, go and wash up. Today Arashi is going to be a guest in our home. Join us for dinner. He blinked dumbly at his grandfather before he turned back towards the mad Shinobi. Alright, Grandpa, he says, he got up and rushed off. Hyper isn't the right word to describe him. I would say that he's more lively than hyper, said Naruto. Aren't they the same thing? Hiruzen asks. One sounds like an affliction, and the other one sounds like a compliment. Hiruzen decided to keep quiet about that, as he led him towards the seating area. It was a simple family setting, a small round table, with 4 chairs around it. Dinner was also there already. Grilled beef, rice, vegetables, and soup. As Konohamaru sat down. So, Konohamaru, how was your training today? Hiruzen asks. Really boring. All Sensei did was talk the whole time. Not once did he show us any cool jutsu. Even Ebisu Sensei refused to show me any cool jutsu. He told me I had to master the basic first. Well, he's right. Without the basics, you have nothing to build on. All the greatest ninjas start from the basics. None of them ever skip that. Building on the basics is what they did to become the skillful master shinobis they are. What would you know, Blondie? Said Konohamaru. Well, I was trained by 4 men who could actually call themselves Shinobi Masters. And they drilled the philosophy in me to start from the basics, which everyone did. Only then can someone truly be a true ninja, not by rushing everything. For example, if someone gave you a unique special sword tomorrow, do you think that makes you a master swordsman? Before you could answer though, Naruto asked him another question. What's your dream, Konohamaru? Why exactly do you want to be a ninja? My goal is to defeat the old man and become Hokage. Ebisu Sensei said with training, I will take the shortcut to become Hokage, he said. Well, this Ebisu guy is really stupid, said Naruto. What? Said Konohamaru. Telling you that there's a shortcut to become the most pristine, respected member within the village. There's no such thing as a shortcut to power. No amount of cool jutsu will make you Kage material. It takes a certain mental and fortitude, and spiritual fortitude as well, to be a Kage. Can you imagine day after day, month after month, year after year, having that kind of conviction to send people that you grew up with, people that you live with, people that you knew from when you were a child into a battle zone, knowing that there's a chance that they might be killed? Konohamaru was speechless as he listened. He couldn't imagine sending Udon and Mogi on submission and finding out that they won't be coming back. He just couldn't. If they had been killed, he just couldn't forgive himself. Is that true, Gramps? He asks. Yes, it is. Being Hokage is more than being recognized as the strongest within the village. Being Hokage is asking yourself if you're mentally strong enough to do what is best for the village, Hiruzen said. Konohamaru was silent for a few minutes. Before he asked, can they be excused, he said, as Hiruzen nodded, as he went to his bedroom to think about whether he really wanted to be Hokage or not. Sorry about that, JJ. I didn't mean to hit him with the reality of wearing the hat like that, said Naruto. That's okay, Naruto-kun. I was gonna explain it to him eventually. Maybe I was just scared of this kind of reaction. My grandson hated me for taking away his kind of dream. That speech that you just gave sounds like the one that Tobirama-sensei gave me when he was grooming me to become the new Hokage. Yeah, that's where I got it from, said Naruto. I got a tad bit overconfident doing my training sometimes. One time I claimed the moment I was done here, I was gonna come back and challenge you for the hat. Tobirama-sensei sat me down and gave me the talk about what it means to be a Hokage. Tell me, is your dream still to be Hokage? At the moment I'm not sure on a dream yet, said Naruto. I'll just follow the road of life and see where it takes me. Do you mind if I go and speak to Konohamaru? Hiruzen shook his head no. Upstairs. Second door on your right. As he arrived, the door was left open as he knocked. Konohamaru, can I come in? Sure. As he stepped in the room. Why do you want to become Hokage? Naruto asked once again. My name is Konohamaru. I was named after the village, but no one called me Konohamaru. It's always Honorable Grandson, or the Third Hokage grandson. No one know my name. But if I was Hokage, people would see more than the Honorable Grandson of the Hokage. They would see me for me. After what you said to me earlier, it seems like a pretty selfish reason to be Hokage now, he said. Wanting people to know your name is not selfish at all, but there are other ways of doing it other than becoming Hokage. Konohamaru looked towards him with a confused expression. What other ways? How about becoming a Sannin? They're just like Kages but better. How can they be better than a Kage? You're just messing with me now, said Konohamaru. No, I'm not. Think about it. The Sannins are said to be just as strong as the Kages through the elemental nation. And they're free to go and come when they please, which mean they have opportunities to learn something new. Can you imagine the stories the Toad Sage or the Slug Princess can tell you from their travels? As for the Hokages, always stuck in boring meeting or doing some council thing. He barely has time to train. He don't even think about getting laid or even dating someone. I mean, where would you find the time? Konohamaru tilted his head. What does getting laid mean? He said, as Naruto realized had slipped out. Ask your grandfather when I leave, he said. As I was saying, there are other ways to be recognized, other than just being Hokage. You're right, said Konohamaru as he jumped up on his bed. Konohamaru Sarutobi would be the first Monkey Sage of Konoha. Good for you. I look forward to face you one day. You can count on it. Don't think I forgot how you defeated me earlier. From now on, we're rivals. As Hiruzen overheard the conversation, happy that Konohamaru renewed his fire to become the first Monkey Sage. End of flashback. After the dinner, Konohamaru went up to study, as Naruto, Sarutobi, and Asuma went to the back. Pipe, cigarette, and cig for Naruto, while the other two took their traditional smoking with their pipe and cigarette. They all knew that starting tomorrow was the start of something they had been prepared for, the invasion. Naruto, there's another reason why I invited you tonight, despite the fact that I like your company. Before the start of the third round, I want to introduce your return back to the village, as well as your lineage. What do you think about that? Hiruzen said, looking towards the young Shinobi calmly, sipping on his sake. It's fine with me, said Naruto. I was gonna bring the subject up pretty soon. I already have plans in place in case the council tried to give me a hard time. But what about you? Keeping a secret like this on the council for 6 months might get the hat taken away this time. I've been playing politics with these people for a very long time. I'm not worried about that. However, I'm worried about their reaction towards you. You don't have to worry. I was taught politics from the best. I can use the law just as I can use a kunai. So don't worry yourself sick. I better be going though. Long day tomorrow. As he gave a bow to Asuma and his father, before he vanished in a swirl of leaf. We both better get some rest, Asuma said. He's right. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day. As Hiruzen nodded at that. The next day, as Naruto was wearing green, camouflage pants, with a black shirt, with green swirl around it, a jacket over that was a dull whitish color, bordering on grey. His arms were wrapped from wrist to elbow in black tape, and he had on his fingerless gloves, and his black sandals. His hair was in a ponytail, his headband was across his forehead. You're early. As he turned to see Sasuke approach at a casual pace. Can't you feel the excitement, Sasuke? Better early than too late. Now all we need is Sakura to get moving. Here she comes, Sasuke said. Hey Sakura, you ready for this? As ready as I'll ever be, Archie-san. Good morning, Sasuke-kun, she said. He greeted. Well then, let's get a move on, shall we? As he came to the second floor. Just let us through. A girl with 2 buns in her hair said. We have to take the exam. You think you're ready to be tuning? Come back when you grow up. As there was 2 guys at the door, blocking the entry. Why don't you drop the genjutsu and stop cluttering the hall? We have an exam to take, Sasuke said. As Naruto paused, looking towards Sasuke. That was really stupid. If he knew, why the hell did he open his mouth? You saw through that genjutsu, didn't you, Sakura? Sasuke said. Of course I did, Sasuke-kun, she said. It was obvious. As Naruto wanted to slap himself at that obvious lie. Why don't you make me move, punk? The guy at the door said. As he launched a kick, Sasuke launched one as well. However, a guy in a green spandex suit showed up, grabbing both of their attacks. He's fast. And also strong, Naruto thought as he looked towards the individual. Why don't you both save for the exams? That is where the best will be determined, said Rock Lee. They broke apart. Way to go, Lee. Remember, it was your idea to hide our strength. The person that spoke was obviously a member of the Hyuga clan, given those trademark eyes. I'm sorry, Neji, Tenten. I forgot about our plan. He apologized to both of them. Tenten sighed. It's alright, she said. That plan wouldn't have lasted very long anyway, Neji said, as he stepped beside his teammates, looking over Team 7. His eyes wandered over Sasuke and Sakura first. However, he dismissed them as he looked towards Naruto. Hey, what's your name? He said. The name is Arashi. May I have the honor of knowing yours? Neji's eye twitched because Arashi was not talking to him, or did he even acknowledge him? He was talking to Tenten. He was flirting with her. Tenten was shocked. Boys didn't usually flirt with her. They usually treat her like one of the guys. Higurashi. Tenten Higurashi. Nice to meet you, she said, as his hand was outstretched. She took it and she shook it. As he took her hand and brought it to his masked lips and kissed the back of it, Tenten blushed at the contact. That is the most beautiful thing I ever seen on a kunoichi, he said. What are you talking about? She asked. The callus on your hands. They're beautiful. It shows your dedication to training. It's the most beautifulest and sexiest thing I ever seen on a kunoichi, he said to her. Tenten felt like she was about to faint, as this guy was complimenting her on her training as well. She rarely got those compliments, saying that she mostly did with weapon type, because none of her team members or her sensei was focused on the art of weaponry. So yeah, it was a lot for her to take. Neji was pissed off by this, as he was being blatantly ignored. Hey, I asked for your name. No, you demanded my name. And besides, you just heard it. Being from a noble clan, I can only suggest that they teach you manners. So I suggest that you start to act like it. Neji was pissed off. Who the hell did this person think he is? Know your place, commoner. Arashi lashed out as he caught a fly, right in front of Neji's face. Neji was startled by that speed, as he held the fly by its wings. Remember, Hyuga, nobility, doesn't mean a damn on the battlefield. He released a fly. It was a pleasure meeting you, Tenten. I hope we get to see each other once again. As he walked off with his teammates, leaving a pissed off Neji, a blushing Tenten, and, well, Rock Lee was nowhere to be seen. But guys, to be in subscribe right here, if you want to see next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends, your social media platform. But more for now, see you guys soon. Peace, guys.